Hey everybody, TBC here. Last week I brought you the news around the Dupe, which affected Everquest servers, primarily the newer TLPs such as Oakwynd, where in effect people could make infinite platinum and did make infinite platinum. And I talked about it at the time about how the response from Daybreak was slow. All we ended up getting was like a corporation neutral lawyer speak response where they talked about their beloved game, and their action about doing anything about this dupe seemed to be delayed. And over the next couple of days it was interesting because news articles on MMO websites started popping up about this, where they were reporting on it and obviously reached out to Daybreak for comment. So a response from Daybreak had to come on this. They had to respond not just to those news websites but also to the community about what was done, and they've done it. And oh boy, so we're gonna go right on into it and have a look and see what they're actually saying about this trade skill depot duplication. So here we go. We're gonna go through it. So this is like the golden shiny of Everquest. Is seeing a post by Jenn Chan, someone who used to be in the Discord and used to comment, not seen except once a quarter in the producer's letter now. But this did cause her to write a post on the forums as the head of studio. If you don't know, she's the head of studio of Dark Paw. So in it she says, "Hello Everquest community, take a moment to address some of our lingering questions on the depot exploit that transpired last week, and thank you for your patience as we investigated the matter more closely and assessed its impact." So they say the team was first alerted of the situation, they took immediate action. That's not true. They let it stew at the very least about 24 hours. There's receipts when people notified the devs about this exploit and they just didn't take immediate action. This was on the Tuesday afternoon. They waited until Wednesday morning before really they did anything. So they let it stew overnight at the very least. We've also heard that people did make the devs aware of this exploit earlier on in the week as well. Perhaps they didn't see it as important or game breaking and took no action. Definitely not immediate action. The damage was done by the time they did. They temporarily suspended accounts. That they did. They issued quite a few 7 days while they closely reviewed the accounts that participated in this issue. So then what they're saying is they found them and permanently banned accounts that severely utilized the exploit. No definition about what severely means. Was there a cutoff if you duplicated 1 million plat or 1 billion plat? What was the difference? Who did they leave at a 7-day? Who did they take no action against? And who did they permanently ban? We'll never know. And they now extended or sustained the suspensions on accounts that utilized it to a much lesser extent and removed platinum from those accounts. So they're saying they took away the plat. I'm not too sure about that. And then they go into a little bit of data, and this is where it gets really interesting. After sifting through data, we learned the total impact of this exploit was much less severe than we initially presumed. Much less severe? The destruction of the economy on Oakwynd, all items in the bazaar being bought out instantly, Chrono going from 60k to 2 million in the space of like 2 hours. All people's items on the traders were gone. People were effectively robbed. Not very severe. And not only that, it leached out from Oakwynd and it affected other servers as well. And it affected other games. It affected Everquest too as well, because Chrono is a cross game. So they said that the increase in platinum generated equated to roughly 0.44% of the total economy. So that's all Everquest servers. So think about that for a minute. It seems like a really small number, and I think they've done that kind of intentionally, because 0.44% on a 30-year-old game with 30 years of platinum is an obscenely large number to me. And that's just a way of minimizing it. And this, bear in mind, this platinum was made on mostly on one server, less than 1 year old server, where its effect was certainly amplified. So then they're saying the effect on Oakwind's economy was roughly 2.2% of Oakwind's economic availability pre-removal, which again seems really, really low to me. Are they looking at every plat, every item across every character ever created on Oakwynd, including on dormant accounts? I don't know. They've not really explained how they came to these numbers. They just thrown them out there. In the removal, we recovered just shy of 90% of the improper currencies generated. I don't believe that. I do not believe that. I still see millions of plat out there. There's still characters running around with millions of plat. Chrono is still selling at 600k. So where's this plat coming from? It's not the less than 10% that's remaining. It can't be. That's a huge amount of platinum. I sold an item just the other day for 650,000 platinum. That's the most plat I think I've really ever had in the game ever, and it's crazy to be able to do that on a less than 1 year old server. So they're saying the overall impact on Oakwind's economy is 0.22, and I don't believe that for a second. Now, of course, there are market forces that apply, right? Supply and demand. People aren't creating chronos and so on. So, but without showing anything, and they never will show anything in the back end of this. It's really, really hard to back it up. We've just got to trust and believe their statements. So while we have made every effort to curtail any such incident from reoccurring, they'll continue monitoring the economy to the best of their ability. And of course, things like this happen. I said at the time, I don't blame the developers for this bug being in there. These things can sneak through no matter how much testing you do. You can't test for everything all the time. So, that's not the fault. The fault is the response. Realistically, they know they can't do this alone. They appreciate our help in keeping Everquest a fair haven for all players. A friendly reminder that when reporting exploits, please refrain from directly reaching out to a staff member, such as a developer, customer service. Instead, utilize the method on the forums to report exploits at how to report exploits. So this bit's the crazy bit. So to report an exploit to them, you have to go to this forum post and report the post as you would do if it was offensive or didn't abide by the forum rules or something on those lines, or had personal attacks or something on those lines. They want you to do that, which to me is, seems very backwards way of doing it, and there's no way those get picked up on any faster than pinging some of the devs on Discord. And the devs are usually quite active on Discord, and they do have a conversation with players. And okay, not every Everquest player is in the Discord, far from it, but there's certainly a good variety, and a lot of players that play a lot are in the Discord and have these conversations with the devs. And I've certainly reported exploits to devs on Discord before, and they know that it took action really quickly. So you're forcing people to go to a forum to report a post, which probably goes to the community manager, that probably doesn't get looked at straight away. It seems convoluted. That's a very convoluted process. They don't make it easy to do. I'm sure there's better ways of doing it. And until then, the devs are busy, and you might be messaging it to an artist or a coder who's not responsible for that particular area where the exploit's affected, but surely they know who is. And if there's any questions on how to do it, contact the community manager through PMs or through the Discord. So you're allowed to PM the community manager on Discord just to ask on how to report, not to actually report. And she wants to acknowledge, listen to constructive feedback throughout this time, and learn from them, and we'll endeavour to in a more timely manner, as transparently as we can. To me, I don't know, maybe this is just to speak to minimize it to the owners. I had a look on the comments of my last video where I talked about this, and the amount of people that said, hey, I'm quitting the game, I've cancelled 3, 4, 5, 6 accounts. It was dozens just in the comments on my video. Now, whether they were truthful and will cancel, time will tell. I mean, this will certainly have an impact onto them. Like myself, I have to question whether I want to keep my 6 spots going, whether I just want to play my 1 character moving forward and just raid and just do those things. You know, they're not making it easy at a really crucial time for the game, just before an expansion launch, which by all accounts isn't looking particularly well. Some of those key features such as Persona right now, and to lose accounts at this time will be absolutely devastating for them. I don't know if we'll hear any more now on this. I doubt we will. They've kind of explained it. They've said they took action and kind of minimized the effect, and maybe so, but like, I don't know, really, it might just be me, and if anyone can explain it, but that 0.44% across the whole Everquest economy on servers that are 30 years old, that seems huge. Let me know down in the comments below. Has this still affected what you're doing? Are you still playing? Are you just letting your sub time or chrono time roll out, or are you just going back down to 1 character and just clicking 1 chrono every month? Let me know down in the comments below. Other than that, plenty more videos to come as we look into Planes of Power. And I will say, I am still having fun. You know, going out and raiding. Last night, for example, killed Emp in SSRA, and it was a fun time. You know, chilling out with the guildies, having a lot of fun, and slaying huge snakes as well. So I am still having fun, and I don't always like having these negative topics to discuss about the game. I'd much rather be talking about the TLP and building that excitement, but they're not making it easy, that's for sure. Let me know down in the comments below, is that how you're feeling as well? If you enjoyed the video as well, like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me keep making content for you all. Other than that, I'm the Brick Knock, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.